Hey good people, how are you? Yes, this is the Crypto Sniper talking to you on the crypto markets. This is Bitcoin. And we've spoken many times about the 4 key levels that were run. It was an interim level of our first couple nuggets that was run here. It's the 2017 high that is sitting here. In fact, you're sitting in this tiny little fractal on a key level. When I put the levels on, it'll get a little bit freaky. Lots of lines, hard-working charts. Key levels of significance are the most important. Yeah, squeezy Japanesey on that. And I think it's going to take one of two things. Well, there's quite a few things that are happening. A, it's going to be an impulsive move pop out at some point. So it either pops out the bottom of the box, but I don't think it runs straight through this. It could run all the way through and be a down. Least likely of my scenarios. A pop out where it comes a tad lower but then gets a snapback rally and starts a journey back up to the 20 and a half type zone like that. I think that's reasonably high. Or the pop out is to the upside and it just goes straight to that secondary effect where it goes and does the upside break like that. We have to also remember it's a bit about the dollar, and Jackson Hole hawkishness is all now priced in. Dollar's pretty highly rated at the moment. It's going to continue lock and run macro to go up, but there's normally at least some period of respite in that. So that's our take on that. The key alt that I am going to be talking to you about that has been in our premium community and I'm now short is coming next, and that is the key alt that we are short. In fact, we have another one that is excellent, but that's staying with the community, and we're waiting for entries on that. So the key, the ADA that I'll be talking about, we are already short on now, and we were all filled. Those that wanted to be filled at the levels, and those that are waiting for others are happy to wait. This is the dollar thing, a little bit squeezing up here. And quite a bit of selling wicks. Actually, we had 110.3 full target. That Dixie target has been made. Oh, I should mention that. So that's very important. Oh, was it made? Ooh, what was the high? 110.271. Are you really? Well, that's pretty much a make for me. So you've got to watch that. We go down and have just a little pop out the top there, and then we have a bit of a rest on dollar dominance. So that could give some respite to crypto. So this is a key level for us. By the way, this 110.3 is a Dixie call that we made an incredibly long time ago, not somewhat long time ago. This HVF, that is the red target of this HVF. Ignore these ones. We've subordinated it to the reds. We said the red is the key draw, and you will be making this target 110.3, which you have now made. That has been since this breakout of this falling wedge and this squeezy Japanesey. And that 110.38 is done largely. And this has been very one track. So this has been exceedingly dominant. And we've been, as I say, we called long the 94.5 breakout of the reversal here on the dollar. This has been exceedingly dominant. There's so many lines on there again. I'll just make it tidy again for you. That is a heck of a move. And you've had literally one red candle, 2 red candles of minuscule scale, and then one moderate size in all of those as months. Every other month, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 months up, 3 down, where 2 were spinning top downs. 12 months up for the dollar index. Euro sitting just below parity. They don't like that. They could push back for a bit. Yeah, it's a very, you could get a reasonable rally out of Bitcoin. But first, this might just have to go a tiny bit higher to get that target finish. Could be something. So it's something to take note of. Our dollar index, our first target has been made. What has happened? Progress, decay, pullback. Kind of like we did with the gold oil, the gold long oil short trade. Gold, we said $2,000. And then after pullback, you can see how long it's pulled back. It's lower than 2,000 today, some year and a bit now after making that $2,000. So these big time frame progress decays can be for a bit. However, I don't think this one's going to be in quite the same scale, but I would expect still some pullback. So what that might mean is you might get a rally out of Bitcoin. It might have a stab down and rally for a short smidge. So let's just go back onto the smaller time frames. You can see how that's the legacy highs here. You bang on the legacy highs. Such a key level. Such a key level. So you might get a little bit of a rally up, and that's where we've spoken about before, the 22.5s, 20, maybe 23, the 21.7s, you know, out of your 19.5, pick up $2,000 at least on a rally there. But it might have a little stab down first before it does that. Ergo, the dollar index making the full 11.3. It should just run it, you know, shouldn't stop on it. So that could be a little bit of a rallying point for Bitcoin. However, the trade we are here to talk to you about is the one that we told you would be in CoinMarketCap, the top 10 of CoinMarketCap, and is a short. But you may get a chance to short it a little higher even. And it is your friend Ada, Charles Hodgkinson. He's going to love me right now, talking short on his token. So 0.63, 2.65 for the 24-hour period. Let's go to Ada and discuss the token in hand. So if Bitcoin could get a little bit of respite, and you are going to get a tiny bit of backing off on the dollar for a bit, you could get a rally. You could get a rally. And what could also happen is on Ada, you could get a further rally. So I want to highlight the big key levels on Ada. See that dollar level was a major floor for an extended period, and you're at the 50 cents level on the much bigger time frame. Ignore some of the other stuff. We'll drop in and see it. But that is dollar, obviously key, 50 cents, obviously key. Down, down, down. If we just go back to this, it looks like to many people are always tempted to call bottoms. But it can also be a continuation for a downside draw that could see you run a lot lower. Most people won't like that. It'll be a round trip from hell, where some people might have been involved at 8 cents or even 15 cents and gone all the way up to $3 and thought they were ninjas. And 15 cents to $3. First 2 is 30 cents. Then you need another 10 to get your 30 cents to $3. So it's a 20x if you were in here at 15 cents. And the notion of coming back down there is not going to be popular. But that is what we are saying is a significantly higher risk than most people realize. In short, we are saying to you that despite a rally and the possibility that Bitcoin might get another rally, it is our distinct impression that ADA will not run that previous high of 59. It will tap out somewhere between here and there, or either this high point that's made now or before the high. So you have a box in there. It will tap out for a short in there, and that you should join, or you could. It's not a recommendation. We can always be wrong. Let's say it goes a little bit higher and ends up somewhere in the box there. Can take a while to do. Comes down pretty hard and is waiting to go south. That's right. In other words, most of the risks on most assets are to the downside right now, guys. But the fact that the dollar might rest is out there. So we are short on the run of the 50 cents. So we were looking for that round number. You saw it was a key blue line that I had through here. You might also have seen that we use volume by price. You can learn how to do this. TheMarketSniper.com. Come on, you guys. There's been money taken off the table during this bear market repeatedly by us. While other people are dying, it has been beneficial. Traders can make money in falling markets. That doesn't mean this one will fall, doesn't mean we'll always be right, etc., etc. But it doesn't have to be painful. You don't have to be in sheer pain and hodling and dying. See that key Manhattan, the horizontal Manhattan, bang on where we're funneling round about now? If that was to be the final high point, it could go a little higher and be in that box somewhere as well. So I'm not locking that in as an absolute must-do. There's that 50p line. It's going to be heavy on it around the 46. This is Binance, one of the most highest volumes. So the volume we like is volume by price, but you can also have your histogram volume. And that'll just show you that the volume is reducing in interest, as is typical with continuation patterns. So there you go. Couple of high ones here when it was quite choppy. Doesn't teach me too much in that sense. Over here, the volume by price has been more useful. So there you have it. ADA. How far does it go? In our opinion, ADA will be looking at a 17 or possibly even all the way down to those 15 levels. 17s is our target, 17.74s. Which if you short it at 50, as you will understand, is a 66% plus. Decimation, 2/3. What's 2/3 of 50? Divide 3 into 50 to 2, carry 3 into 1, carry 3 into 20, 6. And there's still 4 left over, 3 into 40. It's too difficult to math. But you know what I mean. 50 cents. A short at 50 cents, I think, is a great one. I think you might, if Bitcoin does have a final dip and then has a little pop up and the dollar rests, then you could get a little bit higher, which is why that box will be doing. If Bitcoin flounders around and doesn't really go far and actually has a stab down and then a minor rally but doesn't really move up, I would expect these alts to be soft. So the alts look soft, soft, soft. Oh, by the way, big prominent Twitter peeps talking about the ETH merge and Arthur Hayes and what a pump it's going to be even in a bad macro market for Ethereum. Oh dear, Arthur and a prominent crypto retweeter of that very fact. I do not concur. I do not necessarily concur. This is very, very low vol. Could it go up? It could. Do you want to be guaranteed that it goes up? Are you sure you think you're going to get back to 22,000? You could. It's going to rely on, for that to happen, I think it's going to rely on the dollar to soften and Bitcoin to go up too. That's what I see. To say that Ethereum's going up independently of its own to return post 2000 neckline and beyond on the basis of Bitcoin not going up and on the basis of dollar not softening is my special own individual crypto is awesome all by itself thinking, which never tends to last too long. Remember the EOS guys in the 2018 bear market, 2019, how the mighty do end up falling, even when it looks like they have an energy all of their own. So I'd just caution a little bit there. To be honest, technically right now, it doesn't look too bad. A little bit of a shooting star, a little bit of it's very low vol. It's waiting for something. There is low volatility. There is a stab down or a stab up to come. It might be driven by the dollar. I see it also in Binance, for example. You can see it there, a little bit of a way falling wedge. It could be either direction, stab up or stab down. So it could do that and spill. It could do that and actually pump the other way and reverse, or it could just go straight up to the reverse. So those are three options for you that can occur in there, and it's a difficult one. So there is an impulsive move coming because there's a current climate of low volatility. It seems like some information or event is going to happen that's going to have some form of crypto outcome. Bit hard for me to absolutely say how strong I am on it. But what I have said to you is, in the case of ADA, regardless of what it is, longer run, if it rallies, all of crypto rallies and ADA rallies high through the 50 cents, it's still our opinion that in the longer run, when the bear side resumes, ADA has a 17.5 downside target to come. So it could pull back, it could go a little higher. If it runs this point here, that idea is invalidated. So we tell you the high points at which it's invalidated, and you're roughly at 60 cents. So if ADA runs 60 cents, okay, we tried and we were wrong. That's it. It's clear, and it's it's unambiguous that. And I hope you appreciate this for what it is. It's a probability-based game. And for me, regardless of which way Bitcoin goes, I don't think it will be too strong, and I don't think the dollar will rest as long as, say, for example, the gold did, especially as Taiwan and China. Go watch and subscribe to the Market Sniper. Go subscribe our Instagram account, the Market Sniper. I'll be releasing our first commodity FX stroke trade idea on Instagram when I do it, and then I'll be following it up with a YouTube called Beyond Milkshake, which is not just the dollar dominance but the Asian FX weakness and some of the commodity currencies, how they could do okay. I hope that's been useful for you guys. ADA is a sell to the 17s and could in fact, with the overrun of the target, find itself in those legacy moments on the way up. It could feel very much like a round trip. Let's take the lines off and say goodbye to the mess. Could feel like a very long round trip. 17.5, bringing you back to this pause point over there. Easier to see on the weekly. And many people will be tempted to be calling bottoms around there. You could be at the 15. Here you go, in any breakdown. So it will be another point of another twist of the knife, in our view, is potentially on the cards for Charlie Hodgkinson and the Cardano token. Is it going to be based on Ethereum? Maybe success. I don't really think so. I think it's the overall bear market. I think it's going to be macro. I think it's going to be a combination of maybe regulatory events. Who knows what the narrative will be? We trade technically. If you want to learn more and have confidence in our trades and be in earlier with the tighter squeeze, getting the bigger RRRs, you need to go to themarketsniper.com. Until next time, I'll catch you later. Book a call, have a chat with someone just like you, and decide if you want to be part of a community building wealth in reset season. The reset game is here, my friends. It is getting tense out there. The winter of discontent is coming for Northern Europe. Please be careful. Take it safe. Prepare now. Nasty events can happen, including banks, wars. China to Taiwan is the new Russia, Ukraine, etc., etc. Real supply chain risks. Build wealth, protect wealth, and get prepared. Bye for now.